Hello there everyone. Here I am having my morning breakfast, and I figured that it would be a good chance to talk about gaming in a certain type. So in terms of gaming, I wish to speak specifically about why PC gaming is not better than console gaming. First is the statement that graphics are so much better on the PC, and while this can be true, there are so many hurdles that you would need to jump through just to get those superior graphics that, for a lot of people, it just may not be worth it. Cost is usually the main problem for gamers. Whereas a console would cost you around $400 to $500, a decent PC would push closer to $1,000. Now, you hear people tell you that you can build a decent gaming PC for around $400 to $500. And while that can be true when the stars line up perfectly in the sky and shine down on that dog's testicles at just the right moment to signal to whatever god that you believe in that it's time for you to get lucky. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying that it is unlikely, and more often than not, it will not be what you're looking for. Lifehacker did a great article about where they made a $300 computer, but I do question the type of games that you would run on it. And let's not forget that, well, you would need a keyboard and mouse, preferably a good set if you're planning on using it for gaming. And speaking of gaming, asking a controller user to switch to the keyboard and mouse might as well be the same as asking them to change their lifestyle. Do you know the amount of hassle that I went through as I transitioned to the keyboard and mouse from the controller? I spent years pressing the wrong keys and dying over and over, and I still do to this day, mind ya. And yes, most PC games do support a controller, but that would kind of be defeating the purpose a little bit of switching to the PC, since so many people who play the PC typically praise how much better it is on the keyboard and mouse than a controller. I'd figure that if you make the jump to PC, you're going to try keyboard and mouse and not just go back to the controller, because then it'll be all you're going for is just good graphics and not even trying to change the way you play games. And let's talk about drivers. You see, when a new game releases on PC, a good amount of the time you have to install new drivers for your video card to get it to run properly. And that is to say nothing of the other things you would need for the PC. You see, PCs can get all kinds of nasty viruses which will slow your system down. And there's nothing you can do about it unless you get a decent amount of protection to stop that. Another thing that some people will be put off by is the act of building a PC, a feat that not a lot of PC users are still turned on to anyway. Well, the thought of building a new gaming rig can be complicated. Now granted, you don't have to build it yourself. There are many places online where you can go and build, where they will go and build it for you. The two best that I know of are iBuyPower and CyberPower. Now granted, they mark up the prices a bit, so you might spend around 20% more to have them build it for you. And don't think that this is a cop-out. There are a lot of PC gamers out there who have never been on the inside of their machine. I know, I work with a good amount of them. And with all the things I've listed, consoles, they simplify all of that. You don't need to upgrade a console. All you need is to slide in a hard drive, really. The system software is tight, so you don't have to worry about viruses. In short, consoles are simple, and there's nothing wrong with that. They provide a good service and are able to satisfy the needs of a large market base. The only true argument I can see the PC having over consoles is the whole 60 FPS argument at the moment. And trust me, to get a game to run at 60 FPS on decent settings these days would cost a good amount of money. So while the PC master race may claim that everything is so easy and fun, I can assure you that it has the same pitfalls as everything else. The only true argument I can see PC having over consoles is that whole 60 FPS argument. And trust me, to get a game to run at 60 FPS on decent settings in this day and age would cost you a decent amount of money. So while the PC master race may claim that it is easy and fun, I can assure you that it has its pitfalls like everything else. Because if you want anything in life, there is typically a price to be paid. And since I'm talking about computers and it took a computer to upload this, I might as well tell you a small summary of my computer. My current PC ran me about $2,000. I've had it for 2 years. Typically, they would cost around $700 to $1,500 to make a gaming PC, depending on what you like to use. But I do video editing work, and I can assure you that I've never come across a game that can tear my PC apart the same way that video editing can when I'm trying to render a video and put it on YouTube. Anyway, you all have a blessed day, and I'm going to continue to eat my breakfast.